Hello, beautiful humans. Let us take a look through tarot at your week ahead, the next 7 days or so of your life from when you have found this video and you've clicked on it. Welcome to Do You Tarot, this channel. My name is Erica. I do pick a card readings on here, and I do this specific spread for us all, this reading, every Monday. It's a pick a card, so if you're unfamiliar with how that works, I'm about to turn each of these 3 cards over. I'm going to be tuning into 3 different groups. They're tied to these cards, and all I'm going to need for you all is to feel your way into which of the cards you are most drawn to. It is all right if you feel drawn to more than one. Oftentimes there will be messages in multiple groups that will resonate for you. You know, take what resonates, go ahead and leave the rest, because these are general and timeless messages meant for, you know, a group of people. But okay, group 1, you have the 3 of Wands. Group 2, the 8 of Cups. And group 3, the 4 of Cups. Trust in your intuition, trust in the knowing toward one card or the other. And then once you know that, head to the timestamp. It'll fast forward you to your hopefully very useful and helpful messages about what you need to know for your week ahead. I will see you there. Beautiful humans, in group 1, you all were drawn to this 3 of Wands card. So here we go. This is what your week ahead is going to be looking like. I'm getting another card, and I'm going to see what's the overall theme, you know, the main energy for your week ahead. Adding to your 3 of Wands, we have the 5 of Pentacles. And there's something about getting going and doing something about it. I honestly, for some reason, I am intuiting almost immediately that there are going to be other choices that you get to make this week, because something is going to occur, and we're going to get more specific with a different tarot deck about things that are likely to occur this week. But something is going to occur that's going to kind of shift focus, shift perspective, literally, like, I don't know, the functional reality of when you can see how your timeline is altering. And it gets a little exciting, I feel like, because this 5 of Pentacles is like, you're going to need to do something about something. You know that. I'm hearing the words follow through. It's a continued journey. You just kind of need different options, and you need the opportunity to reflect on where those other options are in your world or in your life, in this relationship that you might be dealing with, and your whole entire life as a whole. But yeah, they're going to be appearing this week, and this feels a little bit exciting. I just heard the words from toxic into non-toxic. It's literally like the realization of, actually, that might be a somewhat good example, but we'll see. I'm going to look at your cards in a second, but like, when we start to realize that certain chemicals that we're using on our skin, like, you know, our laundry detergent is causing some kind of a rash on our skin, then we can, when we know that that's a choice to make, this is a very oversimplification of what's probably happening in your life, but when we realize that that's the choice to make, then we can start, you know, choosing into a different laundry detergent and see if our skin improves. You're going to have options and opportunities open up for you like that this week, and it's an overall thing. This is big. I mean, I just gave one little thing, but I feel like, again, this is the overall theme of your week. It's going to be big picture kind of perspective focus. But okay, bottom of the deck, we have the Star. And I'm sorry, I don't want to call it out. It's gross. There's blood underneath my fingernail. I heard it really badly in the middle of the night, stupidly. So I'm like, don't look at it. It's gross. It's disgusting even to me. Don't look at it. But I am aware that my thumbnail looks gross. The Star card on the bottom of the deck, what is building your week ahead, is like shining with hope, realizing that there can be a different reality, doing what you know you need to do to rise, even if that is not necessarily, you know, enduring it and like getting stronger, but more clarifying, clearing away, reflecting, kind of like how, again, I'm thinking of allergies and rashes on skin, and how like In order to test whether or not you're allergic to something, you need to clarify it and clear. You need to test one thing at a time and see if you're going to have a reaction to it. You know, I feel as if you all have been in that mode. And then I also feel as if you all have been doing it quite well to draw attention to you in a similar kind of a fashion or a similar kind of a lighthearted kind of a way. I feel as if you all have communicated well, or your energy is just speaking this outwardly into the universe surrounding you, your reality of, this is what I'm intending to do. This is my current perspective right now. I'm trying to figure this out. And you're doing it in such a way that it's drawing energies to you. I can already feel that. I can already sense that want to follow through on this with you. Again, that term, follow through, is a big one this week. Let's follow through. The Three of Wands is what you were drawn to. It's a continued journey. We're doing more here. Okay. We have the Nine of Cups and the Knight of Cups. You have I'm hearing you have some refreshing alternative through another person, another individual. And it's kind of like they're very aligned with you in a similar kind of a way where your joy, happiness, and emotional fulfillment and your sense of wholeness and well-being personally is the same as theirs. It can be that you two mirror each other so well, or it can be that this Knight of Cups is representative of a person who is in a service position that will be very, very accessible for you and very available to you this week to be able to provide for this nourishment that I really feel like you truly do need. But there's a sensitivity and a vulnerability to it. There's a heightened emotional awareness. Trauma responsive, trauma aware, I'm feeling like, but also this person might, I don't know if I already said this, but I feel like your happiness is their happiness and their happiness is your happiness. It feels like a healthy, well-held contact and connection. It doesn't have to be romantic, but it feels like it's a kind of a connection that's not afraid to go into those dirty parts of our reality and do some things about some things, because that's what love actually is. That's what occurs when we truly do take on the needs of another person, when we truly do care for them, whether that is professional or personal, and we kind of just go ahead and not even bother with that line, you know? It really feels like that is occurring this week. We also have the Two of Swords, and then we have the Page of Wands. This feels like where that fresh perspective is going to be coming in for you all. It's a pause to go into a new direction. I feel as if I just heard the word gentle cajoling. I feel as if in a kind of a fun, I heard the word ingenuity. I want to make up a word, ingenuitive. That's not a word. There's probably a way better word, ingenuitive. I want to add another syllable, ingenuitive. Anyway, moving on. You're going to have some like things that pop up and are presented to you that are like lightheartedly low level risk, very low level risk. And they're kind of like presented to you as options. And I keep saying that as in like something is being presented to you, because with the Star card on the bottom of the deck, I feel this vibe of stuff coming to you this week. So you have people who are involved in these options, but also this is easily just your reality, even as a insight, a light bulb moment inside of your own self, an inspirational thought or something like that. I mean, in a lot of ways, this is ChatGPT or like some AI thing that you're talking with, who are providing, you know, resilient kinds of options for you. But there are things for you to look over. There are things for you to kind of, I don't know, like peruse and see if you want to take part in them. This Two of Swords is showing me you're doing that pause to see whether or not you are in alignment with taking that small amount of a risk right now. This Five of Pentacles card and your major theme is giving me this vibe of fear of failure for good reason. I mean, you may have taken part in things in the past, and then, you know, the response in the world around you wasn't too kindly to your learning process. So you might have a fear of failure about certain things, but they're going to be offered to you this week. It's going to be presented to you. The Two of Swords more shows what I'm seeing you all be doing. Group one is reflecting, pausing, seeing whether or not you're in alignment, knowing whether or not you have the energy, the time, the resources, the money, the situation with your living space, whatever, your work time, whatever, to be able to go ahead and try this different idea. I mean, I'm kind of going back to the very small example that I gave of laundry detergent, but I mean, like, if you need a eco-friendly, biosensitive, you know, kind of a laundry detergent, that might be more expensive. And so then this is you wondering, weighing the pros and cons of like, should I buy it or not, kind of a thing. But either way, this Page of Wands is representing better alternatives showing up for you. Your last two of the tarot, we have the Hanged Man, and then we also have the Ten of Pentacles. And I just heard the words following through, taking hold for you. I think one of these options, one of these risks, in combination with this Knight of Cups, sensible or sensitive person kind of energy, is going to build something in your reality kind of all the way to solid and sustainable this week. Maybe the example of the laundry detergent is a good one, because we are only talking about the time span of 1 week. And so like think in that kind of terms. Ten of Pentacles is talking about like you're set for life. So it feels like it's like generational wealth. Like it feels like a much larger time span. Putting it in the context of just 1 week, there's something that you're going to choose into, be assisted with, whatever, follow through on, where it's going to take this kind of Hanged Man situation that you've had going on probably for a little while now in your life about whatever it is that we're talking about here, or maybe your whole life situation. I do think it's very interesting. I know I didn't finish the sentence, but I do think it's very interesting that the Hanged Man in this deck, his body artistically is filled with stars. And you have the star on the bottom of the deck. And the Hanged Man shows up when, yes, we have a different perspective than what our, relationship with our environment is fully allowing. It also shows up when we want to take a pause, we don't necessarily know where the action to take would be. We're waiting. Again, Two of Swords, it's a little bit similar. It's just more. We're waiting for alignment. Hanged Man can also show up when things outside of us genuinely are just not approving of our authenticity, our truth, our reality. There is something about what you've been going about doing in regards to that, like everything that we said about the Star card, like what we're seeing about what has recently occurred for you all, that is aligning you with an option this week for you to take part in, and it's going to build all the way to something that can last beyond and further this week. What I feel like is a resilient new habit. Literally knowing, I know it's like a simple kind of example, but knowing and purchasing and setting up that new, hypoallergenic laundry detergent, because you've realized that it would be better, it's worth the investment or the cost, and you feel like you're in alignment with it, and it's going to bring you, by the end of the week, you're going to know it. Your whole reality is going to kind of vibrate with it. You're like, no, I know that this is healthy, and I know that this is going to last. I sense it. I know it. I feel it. It belongs to me. I belong to their, I just heard their world, or the world, a whole lot more. I don't know. There's a bit of, oh my gosh, I just said this. I was talking with my friends. We were sending voice notes back and forth. Yesterday, I went into a grocery store, that I hadn't been in a few years, and I eat vegan, and I'm so used to having so few options, even though that movement of food is growing, whatever. I'm not a pushy vegan. But I went into the grocery store, and I was even sending the voice note to my friends. I was talking about something different, but I just disrupted the whole voice note to be like, oh my God, there are so many more vegan options in this grocery store than there were like a couple years ago. That's that kind of Ten of Pentacles vibe of like, oh, my choice for how I want to eat. Me, Erica, I want to eat vegan. Hanged Man. It wasn't always readily available, and so I was always kind of in the Hanged Man position of like, well, then you starve, Erica. Like, then, or eat a plant, like eat a lettuce. That's it. That's all available at the restaurant. But yeah, it's like 10 of Pentacles. Like walking around the grocery store, I'm like, huh, this grocery store provides for me and it supports me. I belong in this world. Okay, that feels really good. You guys have a nice, positive, gentle, like vibrating, supportive kind of a week. But I just shuffled and I got these 2 oracle cards, and they're going to show us what will help you all with challenges or conflict. You know, what do you have on your side this week? Where can you turn to and lean on? The Trust card came out first, and it says, I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. And I feel like this is kind of a twofold thing, because we are talking quite a lot about your alignment, kind of awareness. Consciousness might be a better word. 2 of Swords is always like mindfulness, like, you know, they'll hold something in your hands and see, is it right for me? The genuinely take the pause before responding to someone in their text, not because you're trying to be an asshole or control a conversation, but because you're like, I want to reflect on what they just said before I reply, to ensure that, you know, everything is conscious and I'm knowing what's going on. The Hanged Man also speaks of a true sense of an inner voice, but we have this Knight of Cups, 9 of Cups, very similar, Knight 9 vibe going on here. So lean on that inner voice, which you know you hold strongly, but also trust that this outer world, environmental kind of experience is occurring this week as well. This is literally the energy of, this is the week when you might feel nervous or clenched up or confused. This is the week to trust. This is the week where trusting and opening yourself up to that kind of mentality and that kind of vibration will take you quite far. It might be in those gentle, small ways, like, you know, laundry detergent and vegan options in a grocery store, or falling in love, big. It might be those kinds of ways, but still trust. Literally opening up to trust is something that will help you this week. And then your second card is Pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. Again, that mirroring energy, but there's also this sentiment of the more you can open up to recognizing and witnessing how your reality outside of you is unfolding to greet you a whole lot more. The 5 of Pentacles, how it is visually illustrated in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot as you are feeling and maybe even physically being left out. This is a week for you to realize that that is not occurring, and to exchange with your environment a whole lot more with a self-worthiness. Like, I am worthy of being here. I am worthy of being supported. I am worthy of a valued life, you know, self-value, self-worth, self-love, all those kinds of things. So trust and pride, those 2 energies, those 2 vibrations, and maybe even these 2 kind of mantras. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. Again, I already said that kind of a mirroring thing, like their happiness is your happiness. Let's just put a pin in this Knight of Cups situation and see what that turns into, okay? You guys can let me know in the comments if you know what it is already. But your very last card, which is my favorite, I love doing these now for us in this reading. It's your spirit animal for the week ahead. Are we ready? Oh my God, look at the mirroring. Okay. You guys have the Swan. Okay. How many of us know Women Who Run with the Wolves, that book? Okay, you don't have to, but the book, okay, she does a telling of the ugly duckling. We all know that kind of like nursery tale kind of a thing, but the way she tells it, it feels thick and meaningful. And there's something happening in your week ahead that's much more of like a thick and meaningful kind of vibrancy of the ugly duckling. You know, you're a swan, but you were in an environment that's like, you're not a duck. You know, but this is a week where the mirroring of the swan energy is going to be proven to you, shown to you, of like, this is where we are ready for you. This is, you know, where you are feeling a sense of belonging, you know? Okay, let's read from the book with Swan. Oh my God, I want to hide my bloody thumbnail. Do you guys want to know what I did? It was so stupid and it was so painful. Okay, anyway. Maybe later. I'm holding the book so stupidly. Swan, effortless creativity, sensitive mystic, elegant power. The swan represents heightened creativity. In Hindu mythology, the goddess Saraswati, the embodiment of language, creativity, and artistry, rides on the back of this graceful creature. I do like it because rides on the back of Three of Wands, your card that you were drawn to. This is very much a week of a continued journey. The swan is ready to take us there, to the fluid realm of writing, creating, and reflecting. This potent and healing energy is not to be taken for granted or taken lightly. You guys are just like overflowing with this energy, whether you are aware of it or not. It's just there. You don't have to think too much about it. Just be aware of it, okay? When the swan card appears, your soul is calling for attention. For solo time, an inner voice is waiting to be heard, an inner vision likely to be revealed. That's so much the Star card and the Hanged Man, isn't it? Okay, when in balance, infinite creative power. I kind of at this moment want to get a little bit metaphysical and mystical about this. I like doing this when I actually realize how manifestation functionally works. You know, rather than, you know, all the people like, if you visualize and you say mantras, you know, that's one thing. But, you know, when you actually functionally see how we create our realities, this swan card is really hammering home group one that you guys are creating your realities. So I kind of want to say, like, get back with me. And I'm learning through your reading, through doing your reading. I'm like, they're actually functionally manifesting. Okay, anyway, when out of balance, agitated, snippy, lacking vision, to bring into balance solo time and writing. I want to say that that might be beneficial for you, but honestly, I feel like that to bring into balance kind of vibe thing is what you've probably already done, hence the Star card on the bottom of the deck and why the energy of pride is showing up. You've done the work to bring your swan vibe into reality and into balance. So here is a week of the mirroring challenge for the world around you to greet it and to meet you there. How does that feel? I feel fantastic after doing your reading. I feel really, really good. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being alive. Thank you for doing whatever it is that you're doing, because it's phenomenal, magical, and mystical, whether you were aware of it or not. But okay, we're done. Are you guys ready for your week ahead? Like and subscribe if you want to. Also links. You can pick up my little, oh my God, I'm getting better at saying it. I'm not a salesperson, but I've created a book. It's an ebook. It's a little book of tarot spreads. If you want a book full of tarot, it's chocked full of tarot spreads, okay? Grab a deck, grab a book, the book, buy it. Shit! So bad at this. Buy if you want. Okay, and then the other link is if you guys want to read tarot with me. It's like Tarot Friends and Tarot Therapy once a month. The last Saturday of every month, we show up together over Zoom and we just read for each other. It's super simple, mega profound. I love doing it. Head to the link to sign up for the next one. Otherwise, I'm sending you on your way. Please remember, we are all free and we are also all connected always at the exact same time. I love you. Hi, beautiful humans in group 2. You all were drawn to this 8 of Cups card. These are your messages about your week ahead. I'm gonna get one more card. Oh my gosh, it just flew out. Okay, one more card to add to your 8 of Cups energy, and this is gonna show us what's the overall theme of your week ahead. 8 of Cups, and I'm hearing the words like from 8 of Cups all the way into 7 of Cups. And I'm just gonna tell you right now in your reading, I hurt my thumbnail, so there's like blood underneath the nail. I'm gonna be like super insecure about it your whole reading. I'm gonna be like hiding my thumb because I think it looks gross and I don't want to subject you guys to it, but oh well. Yes, so your overall theme for the week ahead is like from basically effectively having what felt like no options or being ignored or something that you truly did need to walk away from, all the way straight to where you have several options and it might stress you out. Definitely might stress you out. You're going to need to be making some new decisions from a different heart place this week. That's for sure. Okay, I'm shuffling and I'm getting some cards from this other deck. I have to turn them over. I can't handle it. There we go. And this is going to show us more specifically what is likely to occur this week. Far more about these choices and these decisions, and maybe why you have so many of these options appearing for you. I'm definitely feeling like this shift in focus. I did hear a little bit of analysis paralysis maybe, but I just think it's because you want to be wise about this, because you're determined for your reality to show up differently for you and for you to show up differently for it. I don't know. I feel like you're going to enjoy this week. That's for sure. There's just something in this like, well, this is new. This is different. Now I have like a whole lot of vibrancy that I can choose my way into. It feels like, especially in this deck, it feels like there'll be like a few choices that just like kind of are very, very obvious for you. And then maybe the rest will just be overall details. This might have a lot to do with you guys are kind of doing some kind of monumental change in your life. And then this has to do with like, I don't know, the easiest thing that I'm thinking of is moving into a new place. So the biggest choice is, what is that new place? And that might be a very obvious decision, but then there are all those little other choices and decisions to make, like, you know, hiring the movers and boxing things up and, you know, all that kind of other stuff. Are you going to paint, you know, all that kind of stuff. But okay. The bottom of the deck, we have the 10 of Pentacles, and I kind of want to adjust. It was like very bright, and now it feels like it's clouded. Oh my God, the light. Hold on. Okay, I'm just gonna see how it turns out. It's a partly cloudy day for me. In your bottom of the deck with the 10 of Pentacles, and what your overall theme is showing me that you guys have known your fair share of partly cloudy times, metaphorically speaking. There's something involved in your week ahead where something has lasted, something is consistent in your life and in your material world, and that's why you get to choose into different options. I feel like money might be going well or have been going well enough for you to create this kind of scenario for you to walk right into this week, where you do get to have options because your bank account is hefty enough, you know, kind of a vibe. Also, the 10 of Pentacles is like health, like overall physical, bodily health. You're feeling really good about yourself, so you're ready to get out there in some kind of a form. But okay, let's see more specifically about things that are likely to occur. We have the Chariot, and then we have the 8 of Wands. Are you guys going anywhere? Because if you guys go anywhere this week, even small, I'm hearing small joint ventures. So this might be like business travel, or this might be very intentional, purposed kind of, you know, long distance kind of. I'm hearing long distance support for resources. Okay, something is likely to occur where you guys are traveling this week, but it's going to be very meaningful, and it's going to present those options and opportunities for you and create a whole lot of hazards of decisions almost right away. I think because you guys, it doesn't have to be physical movement. I do feel that very strongly for you guys, group 2, but even then, like, even if it's like you guys are traveling across town a whole lot this week, I feel like this is going to kick up the dust and you know, like the sand, and turn things up to make it like a little bit confusing, maybe because right away this week you're obligated to do a whole lot of fast movement. And so then here again, the 7 of Cups, in this deck, the person looks quite stressed. So I want to say, like, following through on the week ahead is really beneficial for you. It's going to be quick, fast-paced, and with the Chariot card, it's going to require a little bit of your personal direction and directives. Like, you are going to have to take on the tone of a bit more authority maybe than what you're used to, other than this 8 of Cups authority of none of these options are good, and I know my only choice is to walk away from them. Like, it's not a good deal. It's not a good scenario. It's not a good situation. I'm being taken advantage of, or I'm just being ignored. Something like that. Yeah, I feel like the week ahead is going to involve like a whole lot of choppy waters, and you needing to kind of bravely navigate your way through them well resourced, well provided for. The Eight of Wands is showing me that by the end of the week, or kind of like throughout the week, you're going to kind of consistently be able to manage this pretty well. And by the end of the week, you're going to have some things very secured to help you kind of stand your ground firmer, liberate you for more in the weeks to come. You're going to have even more to pursue after this week, even more options to explore and discover. It's weird at this point in your reading. I keep feeling like I'm supposed to channel these more general tones and vibes and energies rather than give you specific examples of what this might be for your life. But let's see a bit more about what is likely to occur. We have the Four of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. Someone, somewhere, something is going to test your boundaries almost very thoroughly, and they're going to put more on you than what you can possibly handle or hold. And here we have this, like, I really feel this spotlight kind of shining, like a beacon shining right on this, right here, right now, this week. You have this opportunity to uphold a value, uphold a system, uphold a truth, uphold your worth, and say, no, I can't. And to put the pressure on me is, I heard the word untenable. Like, it's almost as if I'm channeling these words that you might be saying to a person who's trying to put too much pressure on you, too much on your plate, like you as an employee, and all of a sudden your boss is like, here, all these tasks, I know you can handle it, giving you that like, I believe in you, champ, like kind of thing. And you're like, yeah, but where is the increase of pay for what you're expecting me to do? Kind of vibe. There's something about how you have this opportunity to show up for yourself, like huge, and literally kind of call out the gaslighting. Wow, that felt very, very strong. Call out the gaslighting coming at you. Someone is coming at you with this Ten of Wands energy, trying to burden you as if it is even responsible or possible to burden another person in those kinds of ways. I say somebody, but again, I just want to generalize it to say an energy, because this could be like the obligation of just, you're looking for a place to rent and rent prices have skyrocketed. So you're like, we can't do that. Sorry. That's just like completely unrealistic kind of a vibe, Your last two of the tarot cards, we have the Empress. Wow, that looks so peaceful. And then we also have the King of Wands, and here you go. By the end of the week, I literally see you all in your circumstance, in your situation, in your environment, knowing that you've set something up right and you've set it up well. You know that, what is it called? There's a phrase for it. It's probably super feminist outdated, but like, it's something like the 9-month itch. Like when a mom is pregnant, like heavily pregnant, they tend to have this habit of getting up and like cleaning the house top to bottom, like the week before the baby arrives. That's what it's giving me the vibes of, not necessarily that you're going to clean the house top to bottom, but it's almost with this Empress card, she's sitting there after she has accomplished it and after she has done it. And then we have the King of Wands of the vision for what you are holding for the future, showing up and appearing, because this is the week where you are capable of setting up a whole lot of stuff well to prepare for what is to come in such a valuable way that it's going to ease tension, liberate burdens, it's going to relieve you of certain kinds of pressure so that you are completely ready to hold what is to come. You're preparing something in advance, that's for sure. And maybe that's why you have a whole lot of choices, a whole lot of options. Maybe that's why there's a lot of like travel and busyness or whatever that might be with the Chariot and the Eight of Wands. You're going to need to make some decisions. All of this kind of stuff. I feel you guys following through on this Ten of Pentacles energy on the bottom of the deck this week for sure. You guys are holding firm on who you are and what you deserve. You're kind of, I'm hearing taking no prisoners. I don't know what that is, because that's not an option. You're like, I'm just kind of leaving behind what isn't for me, and I'm going to work with what is for me this week. Okay, these two cards, I just shuffled and I got these two oracle cards. They're going to show us what will help group 2 with challenges and conflict this week. Where can you turn to? Where can you lean on? What's there for you? What will assist? We have abundance. Didn't we? Don't we know that? You're abundant in some area of your life, hence the Ten of Pentacles. It's the material world and your ability to rely on that strongly this week. That's what I feel like is why the Four of Pentacles shows up here, this ultimate boundary setter of there's something about it's not just you know your worth, it's also you know that you have the ability to back up what you say and do right now. You know that you have the ability to make a hard line in the sand and be like, we don't cross that at all. It says, I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. I feel like also saying your endurance to see this come to fruition this week is also something to lean on. Okay, obviously whatever your Ten of Pentacles is, your overall health and your bank account, like I said, whatever this is for you guys, or your quality conscious relationships where it's like you're involved with people who are like, lean on me, we're doing this together kind of a vibe. You have that this week. Turn to it. Regard it as your, I heard your quality, your merit, but what I'm thinking of is regard it as something like an asset. Yeah, there we go. Regard it as an asset. Use it this week, whatever that is. Okay, and then your second card is gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. This is giving me the vibe of something that came through a couple months ago that I did a little video on for you guys. It was coming through from your guides of pay attention to when gratitude is something that happens in the moment. Yes, consciousness gratitude practices when we sit down with our journals and we're like, what am I grateful for today? Yeah, that brings us into something that's a more open kind of a mindset. But what this gratitude card is telling me because of your Eight of Cups, Seven of Cups thing is it will be incredibly useful for you all this week to navigate through your reality, paying attention to the reward of the sensation of the feeling of in the moment gratitude, because it's like a compass. It's like how you navigate. If you are feeling gratitude for a particular option, person, place, event, experience, that's great. Do that. Do more of it. See, express your gratitude for it. I feel like this card came out to help you with your directional compass in all of these kinds of decision-making functions this week. And then also just one little thing, like if you're feeling exhausted, if you're feeling a little bit stagnated at any point this week, think of the energy of this Empress card and what we were talking about. Just eyes on the prize, hold the vision. You'll be grateful at the end of the week that it's all set up well, like you were intending to do. But okay, my favorite part, what's becoming my favorite part of these week ahead readings is I just shuffle and I have your animal, your spirit animal for the week ahead. Okay, are you guys ready to see it? It's the cheetah. Okay, I'm gonna look at the book about what cheetah says for us, but you guys definitely have that kind of energy of, I wanna say, a lot of movement, quick movement, and also probably like daytime, because isn't the cheetah the only one of the big cats in Africa that hunts during the day? Something about this Chariot and the Eight of Wands and how much I was like stressed about the light coming through. Didn't I say something like I feel as if you guys are used to partly cloudy conditions, metaphorically speaking? This is a heavy, the sun is out. I almost want to shout that, like, the sun is out kind of a week. Like, we got to get going and do things. It's time to hunt. A little stressful. Okay. Solar force. I am good at this. Action, achievement, masculine energies. And that your week. The cheetah is the epitome of the solar forces at work. Oh my God, I'm so good at this. The sun doesn't shine onto the cheetah. It shines from inside this great creature and expands outward to brighten the universe. That is you so much with this whole 10 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles thing. Okay, the energy within a cheetah personality is palpable to others, and they naturally attract an audience to bear witness to their remarkable achievements. Empress, abundance, King of Wands, Purpose and passion are the best fuel for a cheetah's forward momentum. That gratitude stuff, okay? You've got a purpose, you got a passion, you got an intention, stick with it. So if you're lacking in those areas, reconnect to the why before you start running. Oh my God, everything that I was hopefully saying very well, hopefully with what your guides are intending with that gratitude kind of in the moment kind of a thing. When in balance, look at that, achieves anything. Oh boundless energy, like that 9-month itch thing. There's got to be a better way of saying that. But okay, when out of balance, impatient, competitive, to bring into balance, again, reconnect to purpose. That 10 of Pentacles, why you're doing what you're doing, your self-value, your self-worth, the vision that you are achieving and accomplishing. Here we go. Like literally this week, I'm done with your reading, group 2, but I'm going to repeat it again. Here we go. Like with an exclamation point. Okay, you ready? Yay! Going down the slide. Okay, here we go. That's what I have for you guys. If you like this reading, give it that thumbs up. My thumb. Also subscribe. Links in the description of this video. There's my little book of tarot spreads. It's an ebook. You can purchase it. Grab the book. Grab a tarot deck. Explore the world. I have over 100 spreads in there for you guys to check out. And then also, if you guys want some tarot therapy with tarot friends, sign up for the next group tarot. I host it at the end of every month. We meet together over Zoom and we read tarot for each other. It's very simple concept, very safe space, but monumentally valuable and worth it in my opinion. I always benefit from it, but okay. If you want to sign up for that, head to that link. Otherwise, I'm sending you on your way with my favorite sentiment, which is please remember, we are all free. We are also all connected, always at the exact same time. I love you. Hi, beautiful humans. In group 3, you guys were drawn to the 4 of Cups. So these are your messages about the week ahead. I'm going to get one more card, add it to your 4 of Cups, and we're going to see what's the overall energy of your week ahead. Already, I know that, I mean, like literal interpretation of 4 of Cups. I think that some kind of option has presented itself to you, or it will be this week, and there's like a unlocking, dislodging kind of a vibration to the week ahead for you. But we're adding to it King of Pentacles. Okay, it's like an unignorable thing. You can't really ignore what's coming your way this week. It is so strong, it is so vibrant, it is such a monumental possibility for you that I have the feeling that it's going to kind of unlock heart walls, you know, kind of a thing. Let's see a little bit more, because this definitely does give me the vibe of a potential new job or career, but also a person or a extremely quality commitment. There's something about maybe how I've just heard the words playing it false. I have this extra card and I just feel like I'm supposed to keep it to the side. I don't know what it is just yet, but it kind of wants to go right here, but we'll see what ends up happening here. Oh my God, sorry. The Ace of Cups is on the bottom of the deck. Okay, this is definitely involving relationship, probably romance, but this is something that we're talking about that cup, aren't we? You guys know what I'm talking about. It's undeniable, unignorable. This isn't the week for like, I want to say playing hard to get, but I want to use more modern, mature words than that. Let's see what's more specifically. I have your tarot. We're going to look more specifically about what's likely to occur, but the energy that's building the week ahead is this kind of monumental choice or option that is so emotionally fulfilling. You already know it. And it's appearing and it's unignorable. Okay, let's see a little bit more. We have the 2 of Pentacles and then we have the 5 of Pentacles. And I know that at some point this week, you're going to feel a pretty significant and monumental energy shift. Liberating. There's something about you in this option that might not have been matching up before, kind of in the way of where you were locking up about something or something about the option was locked away from you. And maybe with this 4 of Cups kind of mentality, you were determined to not say yes until there was kind of this mutual understanding or ultimate physical reciprocity. And in alignment with that, that's 2 of Pentacles. I want to look at this Knight of Wands. This is interesting. This was that extra card that kind of wants to be here. I'll leave it here for right now, but I feel as if this energy is going to be coming through you, coming to you. It's going to kind of get in the way of things. all the way to the point where you cannot deny that there's an opening, there's an unlocking, and what you needed to happen in your world and in your situation with what we're talking about, with what is occurring, is happening. I feel someone outside of you or something outside of you acknowledging that. There's a sense of purpose, there's a sense of right and wrong, there's a sense of doing whatever it takes. Being on the same page about this. I feel this Knight of Wands kind of maybe being a mutually shared energy of let's take this on and let's see how far we need to go with it. But the Five of Pentacles in this deck, I really love it in this deck because it shows how a situation like Five of Pentacles, where we don't have enough, physically we're run down, depression, disease, unhealth, you know, like we don't have enough in our material world or our bank account. There's something to do like with that. That's Five of Pentacles energy. But in this deck, it shows how much that can't go on. You know, I love how the moths are just kind of literally escaping the jar anyway. And that's your situation this week. That's why it's unignorable, is because it's just going to be whatever was the lack and your sense of your burden for having to carry the notion of that lack, like further into the future, like make it accounted for, like it cannot be ignored. This is the week where it won't be ignored. It won't be denied. With this Knight of Wands, I feel advocate or advocacy vibes and energy, like support from somewhere, like HR, lawyer, husband, wife, someone is going to support whatever this matter is, and it's going to just kind of liberate the situation anyway, regardless of what the material world might be reflecting automatically in the moment for you guys. I know that this week there's something about strategy reality that will present itself to help you know, okay, we're moving onward from whatever it is that I was holding off on because of. We're not gonna, I'm hearing the words, we're not gonna stabilize right there with this consistent kind of lack and deprivation kind of reality. We're moving onward. Two of Pentacles. Okay, your next two cards, we have the Three of Pentacles. Dude, Pentacles, 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 and Cups. And then, oh my God. You guys are so material world reality this week so far. It's unreal. Three of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. Here we go. It's the fleshing out. It's the building. It's the planning. It's the structuring and ordering. And I want to say restructuring and reordering to create a far more inclusive and vibrant reality in your business or in your workplace. This is everybody getting together and realizing, okay, we're a team on this. Let's manage this co-creatively, collaboratively, supportively, because we want to take the company to the next level. We all want to benefit from this, you know. We want the team to win collaboratively, kind of a vibration, but also again, in your personal life, literally Ace of Cups is on the bottom of the deck. If we're talking about a relationship, this is the ultimate vibration of the energy of this relationship is going to be going so fucking well, but smoothly and responsibly in those kinds of terms. This is a very like conscious, mature energy following through. This is like, we're ready to be adults, not teenagers, kind of an energy. Like, yes, there might be emotions and hormones involved, but there are also pragmatic and practical considerations to take into account. And this is full and total and complete awareness of that and working connectedly on improving that situation all the way to the 10 of Pentacles, probably this week. I feel like something is likely to occur that just completely fulfills that notion to you, again, to the point where with your Four of Cups vibe, you just can't ignore it. It's just a follow through on the energy to where something in your physical reality is going to prove it to you, fix it, like recall the situation and improve upon it all the way to where you know, okay, this is a healthy thing moving forward. We've got a healthy momentum, a healthy strategy for whatever it is that we're doing. Okay. Your last two of the tarot cards, we have the Page of Cups and then the Five of Wands. And I feel like something is going to be put on hold this week. I'm hearing the words, the matter at hand of your stressors are going to be put on hold this week because there's something about refortifying you and rebuilding up something about your material world that is going to bring about a sense of justice in your very near future. And you need to be aware of that. This is a week where you don't take on the bully or the burdens head on with your force of I'll just do it myself, or, you know, I gotta fight this, I gotta do this, you know, kind of a thing. It's not necessarily you do that this week. This is a week for retrenching and refortifying, rebuilding up our reserves and our strength and our energy. And I gotta say, it's definitely collaborative. It's definitely with someone. So this Page of Cups is like, the Page of Cups and the Five of Wands is like, endure this week where you don't get to know necessarily the outcome of your challenges and your conflicts that exist outside of your realm of influence and experience this week. There's something about lean into maybe the lighthearted play like qualities of some of your exchanges and experiences or occurrences this week. Like lean into how nice or pleasant certain things can feel and vibe and go with that to the best of your ability. Be a little bit lighthearted while you work this week, because, you know, the battle shall come along on another day. While you are so much more creatively protected, supported, and prepared. Okay, that is the best way to say it. And now I just shuffled and I got these 2 oracle cards, and they're going to show us what will help you guys this week. Where can you turn to and lean on when you're experiencing things like conflict and challenge, okay? You have your fair share, but also there's just like undeniable improvement in your situation this week. Oh, my thumbnail. I want to hide it. Sorry, I hate that I'm interrupting the flow of your reading, but my thumbnail has like dried blood underneath it, and I'm a little insecure about it appearing on your video because I think it looks gross. So I'm sorry. I injured myself in a very ridiculous way, but okay. The things that will help you with challenges this week. Indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. I'm hearing the words repeated. It is unignorable, like undeniable, sure, that, but it's just like, I'm hearing the words, there's nothing to do but lean into it this week. All you got to do, I really feel like an opening up. Yeah, surrender, but it just feels like there is so much powerful presence in your physical reality to open up to what is good for you this week, that you can't continue this whole playing it cool, downplaying, being avoidant. Maybe it doesn't feel like it super tracks. It just much more feels like holding out on something, because, you know, that's your MO, that's your go-to, that's what you were doing to ensure that you were respected and you were held well or something like that. What will help with challenges is just like, it's unignorable. I mean, like, I feel like you would, I don't know, I want to say like swirl it all into a mucky mess if you continued to like use all of your energy to try and ignore this help, this energy, this positivity that is happening in your life. But okay, and then we have change. As I'm talking about a swirl and kicking up some dust, this mandala looks like that to me right now, but it says, I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. This card is making me feel like refreshing the sentiment of the statement of these last 2 cards. It is so interesting how the cards, you got the black background of all of these pentacle cards and your Ace of Cups. And then these 2, the wands and the cup thing, are a white background. And they're sort of, I feel like your attention really fully wants to go on these 2 things. It's almost as if this is the primary core of your, excuse me, your problems in your life. And you just want to take them on and solve them or fix it or go straight for, I don't know, this purpose or this idea for a business, or just charge right into where you know you want to head. You got passion for it. You want to take it on, but there's something about how this is the week to grow and evolve and flow with where there actually is movement rather than hesitancy, resistance. I'm hearing a lot, the charm of a trial and error challenge. Wow, that felt really appropriate channeled words. I feel like you guys are ready to like fight. And I don't care if I lose. I gotta do this kind of a thing. What's happening this week and what the change card is saying is lean into how we are preparing you to do something rather than just kind of risking it all and throwing it all away because it's so charming to, you know, dive headfirst into the fray. Wow, I said that like fray. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, how do you guys feel about that? It feels like lean into the fact that your reality is showing you a different option or a different way of doing it, a different opportunity. I feel like we're talking about all those characters who see a wrong in the world and they're like, I have to do something about it. And then there's another character in the movie or the book who's like, no, we prepare first. All you're doing is you won't win that way, you know? Okay, I'm reading a whole lot of drama into it, but yeah. Your change card is like, please flow with what's here this week. It's getting you so much better prepared and ready. But okay, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little bit sick and it's pissing me off, so I've got to cough a little. Excuse me. Your last card, this is becoming my favorite part of our week ahead readings. This is your spirit animal for the week ahead. Are you guys ready? Lion. Okay, group 2 had the cheetah. So let's check it out. Hold on, I gotta find it. I'm gonna read. Sorry. Patient. Okay, this is cool. I mean, like, you can master this. You can embody this, okay, this week, even though it feels like it's like going in a different direction or it's like going so slow. It's taking a pause in action or something. Okay, it says patient, regal, a complete master. The lion is a master of the fire element and the living mascot of self-transformation. A lion personality dedicates their life to personal and spiritual growth. This dedication inspires some and intimidates others. Therefore, the lion is respected by all, but known intimately by few. King of Pentacles, I swear hold on, I gotta cough again. There's someone or somewhere or something, an energy that wants to know you more intimately. And it feels like it's a bit of a redirect, but the lion, your spirit totem, your spirit animal for the week ahead, it's giving me the vibes of this week is better served by you not necessarily being a reckless warrior, your Knight of Wands card, more like a conscious warrior, a peaceful warrior, a warrior of the light, you know? Ooh, here we go. Okay, some mistake the lion as hard to access or aloof. 4 of Cups! Okay, yeah, those with a keener eye know better, whatever this King of Pentacles vibe is. Lions are observant, stealth, and precise in their words and actions. They do not waste energy or resources. That is so straight of you. This card reminds us that self-mastery is available to all, no matter where our quest begins. When in balance, the epitome of peace and strength. That is what your cards are strongly encouraging you to be able to do this week. That's why you're receiving and experiencing all of what you are about to go through. It says, when out of balance, withdrawn and too serious. So 4 of Cups. Okay, to bring into balance, daily meditation and hello, that last word, friendship. I'm just gonna put your lion right here on the King of Pentacles and all of your Pentacle cards. You've got friendship happening, Ace of Cups, you know, lean into it. And then just daily meditation, you know, Page of Cups to kind of soothe and calm in the reality of we're not going head first to that challenge. We're going to refortify first, okay? Probably fall in love a little. Maybe. I don't know. You guys can let us know in the comments. But okay, that's what we have for you guys. How do you feel, you lions, you masters, okay? If you like this video, like and subscribe. 2 links in the description of this video. There's the Little Book of Tarot Spreads, my ebook. If you guys want to grab a deck, grab the ebook. It has over 100 spreads. I use my ebook every day. I'm very bad at selling it. Buy it if you want it. And then the other link is at the end of every month, the last Saturday of every month, I host a group tarot gathering. So if you want to meet some tarot friends and if you want some tarot therapy, what we do is we read for each other. It's a safe space. It's hugely monumentally beneficial to me. I love doing it. I benefit every single time we do it. So, I mean, if you guys want to sign up for the next one, head to that link. Otherwise, I'm sending you on your way. Please remember, we are all free and we are also all connected always at the exact same time. I love you. Hi pretty people. If you guys were curious about the decks that I use in this reading, here they are in the order that I use them in case you are like me and my friends and we spend all of our free money on tarot decks. Okay. There you go. Okay, I love you guys. Bye.